Kia ora koutou, I'm Hiniwai Ormsby, the Chair of the Hawke's Bay Regional Council, and I'm standing here in my community that was severely impacted by Cyclone Gabrielle. This past year has been hugely significant for our region, for our community and our council. Our top priority has been supporting our communities in the recovery from Cyclone Gabrielle and other floods in our region. Together with our partners and community, we are committed to making decisions that not only drive recovery, but also to foster our region's future resilience. This takes courage and this takes radical collaboration. Cyclone Gabrielle has profoundly influenced our work over the past year. The damage to flood protection infrastructure was unprecedented, with 6 kilometres of breaches and 28 kilometres of weakened stop banks across a network of 248 kilometres. Thanks to the unwavering dedication of our teams, we completed the bulk of these crucial repairs by October 2023, with the final touches wrapped up by January this year.
Cyclone recovery has taken many forms in the region over the last year. So we've had a major program to look to improve flood mitigation for communities who are badly affected by the flooding. That's included partnering with the Crown and those communities to obtain funding and then start the delivery of flood mitigation projects all the way from Wairoa in the north of the region through to Parongaho via Whirinaki and a number of projects across the Heretaunga Plains. Those projects will take several years to be delivered in full, but are a critical part of future flood resilience for the region. Alongside that, we saw huge amounts of silt and debris come down from the hills and spread out across the plains, and that debris affected everything from people's houses to marae, to papakainga, to some of our most highly productive land. Working again with the government and with communities, we sourced nearly $200 million of money for silt and debris clearance, and that program went on throughout 2023 and 24 and will wrap up in Christmas 2024. A huge amount of that silt and debris has been sorted, all the nasties removed from it, and that material then either disposed of, recycled or spread back onto the land. Alongside that, we saw a huge impact from the cyclone for our rural communities, in particular in our hill country, with land movement, landslips, fencing and so on destroyed. So the Regional Council has worked with the likes of the Ministry for Primary Industries, Rural Support and others to do what we can to support those communities on their recovery. And clearly we have an important role to play around erosion control and replanting things like the edges of streams and gullies, and that work's been underway for the last 12 months. Financially, we ended the year with a small surplus, and in large part that was due to some really prudent financial management through the impacts of the cyclone. Alongside that, the ability to source subsidies, grants and funding from outside of the ratepayer base of the region, principally from the Crown, to support our critical recovery efforts. So a huge thank you to all of you involved in that mahi.
As we reflect on this year's annual report, I'm reminded of the strength of our community. This work wouldn't be possible without the dedication of so many, our teams, our partners, and most importantly you, our community. We will continue to build on these foundations, fostering relationships and creating a future that is sustainable and inclusive. Tēnā koutou katoa.